Alright traders, since the start of the year I've been getting a lot of questions about Capital Markets Elite Group. I came out with this video, their new commission structure, the CMEG's new commission structure. It's got 103,000 hits. And there's been quite a few questions that have come my way, so I want to go ahead and discuss some of these that may be causing some confusion for you as well. Shout out to Bra over here. I've watched a lot of different YouTubers. This one is great replies to questions or concerns from us viewers. Always. EJ said, thanks for the info. Can you actually set up the rebate routes in a hotkey? And you actually can. I'm going to go over that via an email thread somebody was sending to me, how theirs was all wonky and they weren't getting the rebate, what was going on. I'm going to break that down. Now, Mr. Steven over here says the ECN rebate does not include stocks under $5. Thank you so much for pointing that out. That is actually correct. So stocks under 5, you cannot get the rebate for and essentially trade for free. It's got to be stocks over $5. So CMEG, along with the clearing firm, probably assess the risk and all that's associated with the client and getting the rebates, and that's probably how the math works. Under $5, probably more risk. Just make sure they're over $5. Now, Steven also asked, can you do a quick video explaining in layman's terms? I'm the pro at layman. So yes, I can. CMEG's new restrictions they just implemented on volatile stock. Yeah, volatile stocks, Kevin, come on. Volatile stocks. They send email but not sure what they're talking about. We'll go over all this in today's video. Paul said, commission fees confirmed. You're going to pay $2.95 per ticket on buy and sell fills in the same stock. Paul, that's incorrect. That's their old commission structure. Now, what likely happened with you, Paul, is that, let me go down here, and Paul asked down here as well. Here's what to note, Paul. Here's what EJ said. One thing to note, I'm being charged per the old fee structure because I opened an account years ago at their Trinidad entity. So for the new low fee structure, they're having me open up a new account at their Cayman entity. So that's great insight. So if you open up an account years ago at Trinidad, you'll have to go through the process. That's probably what happened to you, Paul. If you want to get this new commission structure that is paying essentially nothing to trade, 0.0005 a share. Just for your reference, on 1,000 shares, that's going to be 50 cents. Round trip $1. And if you get the ECN rebates by adding liquidity, you're essentially trading for free, and we're going to get into that. So Mr. Harley actually gave me permission to use this email thread to benefit other traders out there that might be going through a similar issue. So right now he said he's being charged the ECN fee, not getting the kickback. Here's a screenshot of his hotkey setup, and he wanted to know, basically buying a position with 25% of his buying power. Let's take a look at his hotkey setup. Route equals NASDAQ, that's correct. Price equals ask plus 0.05. We'll get into that. Shares are his buying power times 25% of his buying power. Time in force is day plus pre-market after hours, and buy equals send. All right, so the issue that I'm seeing already is you're wanting to buy some shares, and you have your order on the ask plus 0.05. Now, if we look at their commission structure, it's adding liquidity to get the ECN rebate. So add liquidity. Let's see. The smart NASDAQ right here, add liquidity, you get 0.0010 per share. So let's do the math. 1,000 times 0.0010. You'll get $1 back on that for 1,000 shares, $2 round trip. Okay, so the problem I'm seeing is that your price is ask plus 0.05. So if you're buying a stock on the ask, that's essentially market ordering in. And especially when it's the ask plus 0.05, that's saying get me in at the best available price on the ask plus 5 cents. I get why you're doing the 5 cents in case of slippage. You don't want to go over the 5 cents. This hotkey in particular can work well if you're trying to buy into the momentum, but you don't necessarily want to get all the slippage. So you get in as the stock's pushing higher. I get it. You're not going to get the rebate utilizing this hotkey, because when you put your buy order on the bid, that's adding liquidity for sellers to take you out, and on a momentum stock that may not necessarily happen as quickly as you're wanting it. I know with these kind of trades, you're wanting to get in immediately, essentially. And you can still keep the 5 cents in case there's slippage, but just make sure that your buy orders are on the bid and sell orders on the ask. That's what someone else asked as well. How do you add liquidity? How do you remove liquidity? To get the rebate, your buy orders need to be on the bid. Sell orders need to be on the ask. For shorting, if you're shorting, your short orders need to be on the ask, and your cover orders need to be on the bid. So then he said he did the one trade with the new hotkey, and he didn't get any credit from them. And then he contacted CMEG and is correct. The rebate is only for stocks over $5. All right, Mr. Steven emailed me and said he got an email from CMEG and certain stocks are being restricted from the clearing firm. Not a happy camper. So there were a few stocks that got restricted, but then they updated the client saying that there was an update on their average daily volume parameters. So then Steven asked me, does that mean I'm limited to only trading 20,000 shares in 90 days? I'm confused. So again, layman terms, I'm the expert of layman. I've essentially traded with CMEG since they opened shop. I've been here around for a while, so I know what you guys are thinking. That is confusing. It's like 20 days at 10,000. Does that mean I can only trade 10,000 shares? Okay, no, what that actually means is when they said they've reduced the restriction to a 20-day average daily volume of 10,000 shares on these particular stocks, which is really covers every stock. I mean, you're the only stocks you're not going to be able to trade are the stocks that absolutely zero people are trading. So 20-day average daily volume, if you pull up your ADV on your platform, DOS or Sterling, and you look for that indicator, again, you can do this on your platform. Let's look at Yahoo Finance really quick. All right, let's just look up a symbol on Yahoo Finance. Starbucks. I know they're down. They missed on earnings. Let's go click on statistics. With Starbucks, their average volume here, 10 days, is 8.89 million. So Yahoo Finance gives you a 10-day average, which is probably going to be pretty similar to a 20-day. You can look at Yahoo Finance statistics. But all they're saying is they're trying to reduce risk for the clearing firm and the client with these very thinly traded stocks. So the stock is trading less than 10,000 shares on average over the course of 20 days. It means less than 10,000 shares are being exchanged in a given day over a 20-day period, which means the stock is not moving. It's flatlining. It is dead. You don't want to trade it anyways. Maybe if a stock gets pumped up by a chat room and it's a low float play, you know, you're going to be upset. You're like, man, well, I wish I could have bought into this low float stock that's extremely thin. That is certainly a pump from a chat room. Like, I get it because I've been there. These like companies that have 500,000 shares in their entire public float and they never have any activity on them. And the ones I traded 5-6 years ago, they've all gone pink sheets or OTC. They've been delisted off the NASDAQ and New York Stock Exchange. So yeah, I'm not like upset. I understand it's like freedom. We want to be able to trade what we want to trade. I get it. But I mean, come on, like 10,000 shares over 20 days. There's only a handful of stocks that they're restricting at this point in time. I'll tell you guys a story. This was probably 2017. The Christmas of 2017. I remember it very vividly. I was in a chat room at the time, Christmas of 2017, and a stock that probably qualified for this, less than 10,000 shares, traded over 20 days, was being pumped in this chat room that I was in. I did not get involved with it, thankfully. I just remember this kind of middle-aged lady who was trying to learn how to trade, was in this chat room and was heeding to the advice of the guru saying, oh, the stock is taking off, is breaking the 200-day moving average, yep, and bought into it as it was getting halted up. It had a volatility halt. Probably the only people involved in this trade were the people in that chat room. 10 minutes later, after the stock resumes, it opens up. It had dropped like 5 points, and she was in several thousand shares. And was down her entire account, $20,000 to $30,000. And I just remember feeling the emotions in the chat room. You guys have traded a while, you know. I mean, it's a very unfortunate place to be. I mean, we've all bought at the top. So, I mean, you can't just look down our nose at somebody like that. When everyone's learning how to trade, everyone does the same exact thing. They buy high and sell low. We all chase the FOMO when we start trading. But yeah, why do I share that story? It's one that I won't forget. I remember her saying, wow, there's going to be absolutely no Christmas at this house this year. My heart broke for her. And it was a very thinly traded stock. But just know some of the stocks that might be restricted are trading no shares every single day. Not a big deal. And Mr. Stevens said, good deal. Just bought your book on Amazon, trying to learn everything I can to figure this out. You're always going to be learning. Like I've said many times before, and the fact that I've been doing this since 2016, you never make it. You're always making it. I could blow up my account tomorrow. I've seen it many times. People have done this for 10 years. They let their ego get in the way once, and their consistency over years is gone. I mean, you're only as good as like this next trade coming up. Don't think you're above anybody else, because you have got to keep your emotions in check. The market will humble you. Traders, those are the questions I wanted to go over. They seem to be the ones that are giving people the most issues here. But yeah, that's how you get the rebate. And few stocks are going to be restricted. Shouldn't be a big deal. Let me know your experience with CMEG in the comment section below. Always happy to help you guys out. Let me know if you have any other questions at all. Until the next video, happy trading.